Hey guys, Nick, I'm back, and today I'm going to be showing you this really cool pedal that I got lately. It's a Joyo JF-09 Tremolo Pedal. Alright, that's enough. I really need to do a new intro. Anyways, I've been looking at new gear for a while, and I've been looking at tremolo pedals myself. Now, I've never actually owned a tremolo pedal. I've used them in the past, and I use them on multi-effects, but as far as a separate pedal, never really had one. I was really excited about getting one a few years ago because I wanted to make it like part of my particular sound and use it for a lot of things, either whether it's writing, recording, or playing, and just adding it to my mix of stuff that I like to use. So I looked at a lot of them. I was considering buying a kit and making my own, and one of the things I wanted was a square wave, the really choppy sound. Wouldn't use it often, but it'd be kind of nice to have. When Joyo reached out to me not too long ago to review one of the pedals, I was pretty excited about it. I've never owned a Joyo pedal before, and my impression was that they were always pretty good. They had a good reputation, and they were a budget pedal, and I wasn't sure how the build quality was going to be because I really didn't know them very well. So I was looking forward to actually getting it and reviewing it, testing it on my own. Now, for those of you who aren't sure what a tremolo pedal is, it pretty much takes your sound and it wavers it a little bit depending on intensity and speed, the volume of it. It's not a vibrato pedal. It doesn't change the pitch like going from high to low. It just changes the volume, like somebody's actually twisting it, except very rhythmically and at different intensities, like how much the volume wavers, and speed on how fast it goes. So that's what a tremolo pedal does, and they started getting popular in the 60s, probably maybe a little before, a little after. A lot of amps actually had those. I know Fender was one of them, and some other brands had that mixed into their amp. It was kind of like a nice effect that people used back then, usually for more general light, cleaner style playing and not as much like hardcore rock or something like that. Now over the years, like in the 80s, they were using it, and especially in the 90s, they were using the really choppy square waves. The Cure used that, the Smiths used it, a few other bands used it for a very choppy one with a little harder guitar in there, which is a pretty cool sound. That's why I started listening to them a little bit more. So before I talk about it too much, let's take a listen. First thing I do with any pedal is I try to turn it on and put it on the straight up settings, like the number 12 settings. So for this one, intensity is on 12, rate's on 12. Let's see how it sounds with a clean sound. You can hear the intensity. If I turn it much past here, much lower, it's very subtle. Even if I turn it faster. Now if you're strumming and playing a lot, you're obviously not going to hear the effect. Unless you turn the intensity up a little bit. Intensity up a little bit more, put them both at about 3 o'clock. You'll notice you hear a lot more range for the volume, a lot more up and down. If I put the intensity all the way up, it's not quite the square wave what I want, but it's still pretty decent. It's close. And that's a little more pronounced if you actually use some gain because it's a little more intense. So I put the rate up a little faster. And luckily right down here at the bottom after you switch it on, there's a little red light that flashes that shows you the speed on how fast that rate's going. So it's kind of nice to see at a glance if you're playing a gig or something like that, or if you just want to look at it, how fast roughly the wavering is going to go, which is very handy. Not all the pedals have that. If I put the rate all the way down, you'll see before you even play it, it pulses in and out with the rate, so it makes it easy to see how fast it's going to jump to middle, goes faster. A little too fast for most stuff that I would do. Kind of a helicopter sound. But I find if I want something just past, right around there, seems to be like my most usable spot that I would use this for. Like I said, it's not a square wave, but it's pretty good. mellow, you might want it around here. Put on a clean channel. Put a little reverb on it to mix it up. Just some light delay, maybe a little phaser. Melt this out a little bit. Those are just some of the sounds you can get from a tremolo, and that's just after me playing with it for about a week or two. Now this one's actually built pretty well. Let's talk about the build quality. When I first got this, I thought it'd be kind of like a cheaper pedal that might be good. I might have to baby it a little bit because it's not like built really tough. I was very, very impressed with this actually. It's built really well. It feels, it's got a good heft to it, not too heavy, but it feels pretty solid. It's built well. Maybe not like Boss tank kind of feeling, but it's pretty good. It's like any of my other pedals, my XRs and all that, it's built pretty well. The knobs turn very nice. It doesn't seem like cheaper quality things. They're really nice. The foot switch works really, really well every time. It's a nice positive indent. The casing's pretty nice. The silk screening or whatever, however that's painted on here. The dog, that looks pretty cool. I'm not sure if dogs like tremolo pedals. Apparently they do, that's why he's on here. This is his favorite pedal. The only two things that I don't really like about it is that, that's not really a knock against the pedal. My Velcro, of all the pedals I have, my Velcro does not seem to like to stick to any part of the back of this pedal. It's like, it's not oily, but it's just the way that it's, the rubber is on the back. Now it's a pretty grippy rubber by itself if you put it on the floor, but for whatever reason, it seems to be not sticky enough for the Velcro that I use. Anyway, it's just a silly thing. You might not even use Velcro. Another little thing that I don't care about is this, the battery door. It seems like a cheaper plastic. Like it's very, like it feels thin, very light and brittle. Like it would break easier, like snap. It might not, it's just the way it feels, my first impression of it. Probably lasts quite a while because it's made pretty well. Another thing that's definitely not a knock on the pedal, but it's just a personal preference. This is kind of like a medium-sized pedal, what I would call, similar to almost the exact same size as my Boss pedal. Now I don't consider Boss pedals big. They're like kind of big and bulky, I guess, you know, this heavy. But as far as like footprint-wise, size-wise, they're not big, and this is the same size as a Boss. Now I kind of like, I don't necessarily want minis all the time because that's too small and they're too cramped. You can't actually get your foot in there when you're playing live because they're too close together. But what I call like the smaller pedals, like the MXR pedals, is perfect size. I think this could have been made a little bit smaller to take up a little less footprint on your pedal board on there. And looking on the inside, they probably could have made it smaller. Again, it's just me being picky about it. In any case, there's certainly nothing wrong with the pedal. So let's talk about what this is and isn't. Is this going to be the ultimate tremolo pedal with the most features and cutting edge USB download technology and all that? No, it's not going to be. And it's not supposed to be. It's a $40 pedal that's supposed to be a really, really good, solid, functional, usable, pretty versatile, well-built tremolo pedal. It's made very well. I like the sounds on it, and as much as it doesn't have a square wave, it gets pretty close to the point where I don't really think I missed the square wave as much because this one does pretty well. So originally I was thinking about getting this and keeping it and maybe giving it a giveaway or something like that and then buying like a different tremolo pedal, but I think I'm actually going to keep this one for a while. It's pretty good. I like it. I'm definitely going to spend more time with it and see what other sounds I can get out of it. Another little tweak that I noticed. When you're playing this, it doesn't seem like, even though it's like very, very light, it doesn't seem like you can hear it much past like the 10 o'clock and 7 o'clock position over here on the left. Even if it's kind of fast, it's very, very subtle. You can, if I took more time to mess with it, I could probably notice the differences, but it doesn't seem to be, you hear a lot over here and then you hear it like right around this 12 o'clock area and past. With the speed, it seems very, very slow over here, which I guess it should be. And it seems like to me the usable range is like, it's like a very, very small part of it. You have to really fine tune it. And I think maybe that's just for me because I want to like sync the chops like to like a certain beat and all that. And when you have like this small of a range, usable range to do that to, it's a little tough. Would I recommend this pedal? I definitely recommend this pedal. I'd recommend this pedal for somebody who just getting into pedals, who wants a really good tremolo pedal at a good price, or for anybody who just doesn't want to spend a lot, but wants a good quality, versatile tremolo pedal to add to their pedal board, or just for something to mess with. I just gave you some of the sounds. You can go like endlessly with this. Is it going to be an always on pedal all the time? Probably not. Most people don't have it on all the time because then it would be kind of boring. Although you can certainly change the settings on it and get it to be usable to whatever kind, depending on what kind of music you like or what kind of music you're playing. You could definitely make it very versatile and throw it into your sound. In any case, it's pretty cool. And since this is my first Joyo pedal, I'm actually pretty impressed with this. I would definitely consider getting another one. This is pretty good. I definitely, like I said, I'm definitely going to keep this and start using it a lot more. Matter of fact, I might have band practice in a couple days, which I haven't been with those guys in a while because of the quarantine thing. And I'm looking forward to throwing this in there and seeing what I can, what songs I can throw it on. As a matter of fact, my singer just sent me a list of what we're going to go through on Sunday. So I'm going to see how many songs I can use this for, just to get used to it and all that. So let me know what you think about this. If you have any tremolo pedals, if you have any questions about this, I'm more than happy to answer it. Again, there will be an Amazon link in the bottom if you want to, in the description. If you end up picking one up, let me know how you like it. Let me know what you use it for. And if you use it in a video, send me a link. I'd definitely like to hear it. I'm going to be using this a lot more in future videos coming up and doing some more demos on it and talk about my pedal board that I put together and why I have these things for all the different sounds that I need for the cover bands and original bands that I'm in. So that's about it for today. Let me know what you think about this Joyo pedal. Definitely very cool. Get one. Let me know what you think about it.